Yo, good afternoon. Welcome to what is a nice extended long weekend here, at least in the United States, for Freedom Weekend, at least for Monday. But, today we've got a really nice treat. Linked Past Randomizer main tournament, round of 64. We have matt7898 facing off against Tylersalt in game one of their series. We have quite the yes, I would like fries with that mode, which is MC Boss Shuffle. We cannot wait for some surprise Trinexes waiting at the end of our dungeons for us. I am Clear Mouse. Joined here with me today is the one, the brisket, the Dante. Hello, Dante. How's it going?
Hello, I am. It's going. I'm doing well. I hope you are. I hope everybody in chat is, and I hope Link Force, our tracker today, is too, because this is it's a really exciting crew.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very spicy mode, spicy crew. I would like seasoning. This is why we have Memorial Day for barbecuing, right? It's all about the flavors this weekend.
Yeah, rain or shine, we're gonna get some rando, and we're gonna get some barbecue. So both starting at Sank, and I guess we're gonna maybe head on to the Lost Woods.
Yeah, looks like it. No boots, unfortunately, means we're probably not gonna get a lumberjack check. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're not interested to begin with. But yeah, it looks like a pretty standard. Sorry, not standard. A common opening route for this mode. I actually saw in the race room that despite everything that's happened in the group stages and everything, this apparently is Tyler's first MC Boss Shuffle mode.
Wow.
Race. I know.
Amazing.
It's quite amazing to be able to get through 6 group matches, basically completely avoided this. Maybe he it actually sounded he was pretty excited about getting this too.
You never know. Yeah, I mean, right, I would be excited if we had Palette Shuffle to go along with the MC Boss Shuffle, but I'm always gonna forget its Itomizer till we get there. So I'm ready. Yeah, this is let's see what Matt went 6-0 in groups. Tyler, I think was it 4-2, 5-1?
But both I'm actually not quite sure about the record, but I definitely know that Matt was 6-0 because I think he was one of the first ones who actually finished. Like I think right after Nep, I think, who was 6-0 throughout the group. So certainly quite the very impressive record. I remember that Matt's group was extremely difficult in order to get out of. I believe Zelga was actually one of them as part of his group mates. And yeah, that was a scary time.
Nice flute in Kakariko. The biggest a glove too. So biggest challenge of getting a flute at this stage is remembering to activate it while you're here. If you can do that, I think they'll be fine.
Otherwise, I think the damage that we might be taking, already 2 minutes in might be already been, like on the horizon. But
yeah,
you're
definitely
right. Yeah,
a problem. Could be a problem, but hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah. As you mentioned, sometimes you kind of just want to go through autopilot, like in the first couple so minutes, just kind of cool down those tournament nerves, right? And yeah, once you're on autopilot, you don't usually get the flute in Kakariko, right? So you gotta kind of be a little bit more conscious as to that.
We got our first map, and it's useless because it's GT.
Yeah, one of the few maps where you actually don't know if it's a pendant or because we have a lot of blue rupees, I guess. It's very blue seeds so far.
So I did pull the groups up. Tyler actually went 3-3 in his group. Was able to clinch the number 2 spot with that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Maybe now that you mention it, there might have been this like tiebreaker race that maybe Tyler's put, or there was some sort of tiebreaker shenanigans that Tyler basically eked his way through for groups. Ooh, Link Force, by the way, already correcting us. See, this is why we have her. She has already mentioned, that Eastern Palace actually we got a map, and we're not gonna get a map check quite yet. Probably just want to save those extra seconds, but it's gonna be one piece of knowledge that we're gonna have. Of course, keep in mind that we do need the bow, of course, in order to get it back of Eastern, because there are those red Igors there. But what's lurking behind those red Igors may not be Armos, but we have a sword, Dante. You know how happy Matt and soon to be Tyler will be.
I think they're probably pretty happy about that. I think both of them are rather common sword enjoyers, so as are most people. So
no more champion scoreless.
No more of that. We did get a bottle, so that's always comfy to go ahead and knock sick kid out.
Yeah, actually, like, it's probably about the most convenient place you can be, right? You know, in tavern, and then you literally just walk straight up. Now, I think it was I assume it was a regular bee, not a good bee. Otherwise, they might. I don't know. Especially Matt, he might be
Correct.
tempted to go sell it, you know. But looks like that's not going to be an option for us today.
Furthest thing from Matt's mind probably is selling a bee at this point.
Very true. All right, so at least, you know, so library, I think, item, it might also be like a blessing and a curse, because sometimes you see a really cool item over there, you like see a bow, see a sword, you're like, oh my gosh, dude, like, I want that, you know? Surely I'm gonna get those boots soon, and then they don't show up because boots are go mode, and then it turns out that bow is like silvers, or like that sword is like a gold sword, and then you're just very, very sad. Never mind, Matt.
All right.
Boot senses on him. I imagine Tyler is going to head straight over to the dam. It's a very, very common thing, but holy cow, we've got some playableness. I mean, this is basically, you know, like casual boots, right? And we, instead of doing the escape sequence, you know, with you know, rescuing Zelda, we still have our sword and boots and flute and everything.
That's right.
So
I feel like once they both have the boots, one of them is going to think that someone may have opened with some kind of route and come to the dam early and lost some time. But they both did the same kind of opening route, except, you know, leaving CAC. So the good bee is going to be doing good work in many, not staying on his side, but getting things done. A mirror over on Tylersalt's side. That's a really good find. That's kind of in a nasty spot.
Yeah.
With flute, it's like easier to get to, I guess, more incentivized to check it maybe, but we'll see if Matt puts that off or you know, sniffs it out.
Yeah, you actually bring up a really good point. You know, Gina, even with the flute, right, is you know, like, it's still kind of one of those locations where you're maybe not necessarily like the first to go rush to.
Right. You know, it's like very far out of the way, you know, all things considered, for just one item. You know, the book, something else to kind of push you over there, would incentivize it a little more. But just $40, 10 arrows here in the back of escape for both of the runners.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, like, we're looking for a book, you know, maybe they, you know, they do have boots, so at least desert won't be too much of an issue in terms of like being worried about being boots locked in order to go get the big key. But yeah, like, you want maybe like a fire, you want something else extra to kind of push you over there, at least for Matt. Tyler's all set with that mirror, so
yeah, at least it was not bombs in Link's house. I think that would be probably the most mental damage for anyone getting the boots. So, like, without the bomb start, or, like, you know, there's no way, I think, you go there early.
Yeah, but actually, you know, so Matt, or not Matt, Tyler, though, with that mirror, saving actually, you know, a whole screen transition or two, you know, with being able to single dip the dam. Actually really nice.
You love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly, you know, actually maybe outside of that hook shot, which, you know, is certainly arguably still a pretty good movement item, but, you know, kind of like, we're basically on like a quick start mode, right? Flute, sword, boots, like, we can pretty much just go anywhere that we want to go.
Maybe McBall should just start with all that and an ice rod, just for giggles. Yeah.
I am on board with this decision. Can we raise this for the admins for the main tournament?
We demand it.
Yeah.
That clearly works so well, but
yes. I think so I don't remember anything on Lumberjack. I remember thinking it was not useful, and then I
believe it was either a heart piece or a heart container.
Okay,
but it was not a progressive item, so we should be good. We did get Pod as our green pendant.
Yeah, Link Forest 4 is already marking this. Yeah, but nothing looks like in the back of Saha. Matt, maybe it looks like he doesn't want to go to Eastern quite yet. Very understandable. We do have a compass to Eastern, and we do have a map to Eastern, so we can get a little bit of knowledge, but of course we either want to do a map check or we need to actually go into the dungeon and find things out.
All right, Matt, gonna head to escape. We're 9 minutes in, and this is our first look at the Uncle or escape, so not the shortest or longest it's been.
Yeah, yeah, and kind of like another maybe like a little time gain that Tyler might get if he decides to go to escape. Right now is that Tyler has the mirror, so Matt, while he's not on like super high health, he death warping out is gonna be probably a little bit of extra time, right? Maybe depending on where that small key is here in the first escape.
All right, so Tyler doing old man. Matt gonna get us 3 items in the front here, maybe 4, if he decides to death warp and be brave.
Yeah, yeah.
With the sword, it's fine. It's easier to be brave, I think.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And this is only boss shuffle. There's no other. All the enemies here are pretty normal, right? There's no like entrance for all these rats suddenly do 2 hearts of damage type of thing. Matt should be at this stage in both Matt and Tyler's rando career. I think they should be quite set in order to do the back of escape in the dark with a sword.
Yeah, you're in brackets. Ooh, a hammer.
Oh, well then, that mirror...
gonna be needed sooner than later.
So that's actually, I think, good news for Matt. Is that I guess maybe let me take a step back. So depending on where the other glove and the pearl are, right? Matt, because of this hammer here, might have to get funneled into Agina, right? You kind of want to be able to, if you last locate things, you really want to last locate things fast. So then, you don't really have much of a choice because especially if it's early game, right? And you last locate, you got a lot of extra game, to try and make up your extra time for. The later that happens, right? The kind of like the more, precarious your situation is.
Yeah, finding that mirror early in kind of an out-of-the-way location, like if you're Tyler, you're probably hoping that it doesn't lead to too much, maybe something progressive that's not like hard locking half the world. But a bug net here in just the front, so Matt's probably not got much left. Looking like we probably are gonna have to head over to Agina from here.
Yeah.
Or he may go to the mountain first, and that would give Tyler some time.
Yeah, and without the mirror, Matt really only has, like the, we kind of saw Tyler do the early part, right? Rescue the old man. He can take a peek at Spec Rock, see the hammer, and then he'll look inside. No hook shot, no other mirror, of course, to get up to, or the right side of the mountain. Yeah, I was actually, man, do you remember? So I think Matt did Ice Rock Cave, right? He did not do any of the water checks, right?
No, has not. So could maybe sequence break that. Okay, Pearl behind the mirror.
Okay, so
that's our Dark World access.
Yeah, that was very, very quick. Yeah, and so as you mentioned, so Matt at least is gonna get funneled into that mirror pretty small, relatively quickly, right? I mean, might be.
Oh no!
That was a very rude Tektite. Basically, that claimed one of Tyler's lives.
The good thing is we have unlimited lives, though.
That's true. That's true. Only the low price of. I don't know, 30 seconds.
A mountain climb.
Yeah. All right, but looks like Tyler says, what? We're gonna just go find the myths, and then we'll come back and do combo East Death Mountain, right? With Dark Death Mountain, easy.
Yeah.
Matt has his eyes on the hammer prize. Where is that mirror? Looks like we are going to Waterfall Ferry. We have not done Ice Rock Cave, or we're gonna do the water walk.
We're probably gonna water walk here because he has not done this.
Okay. For some reason, I had a memory that he did that. You know what? Look at that opportune death that Tyler took. That Tektite was a blessing because now Tyler can do East Death Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, what? Yeah, with Dark Death Mountain. Oh my gosh.
Things you don't really think of too often that would be beneficial, but now there's a little more incentive to be able to get the Dark Mountain.
Now, I guess I'm not, as maybe familiar with Tyler's abilities, with his boots. Yeah, but, maybe he, in this case, wants to put it off just a little bit. Maybe he can sniff out that hook shot.
Sure.
So then you can, be able to get everything. But honestly, like, if we can still get most of Dark Death Mountain and Light Death Mountain, though, that's still, that's a pretty set of dense checks. Umpteen, whatever.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, that is Matt's Actually, yeah, I think you bring up a good point. Like, I think logically, right? That is probably Matt's, one of his
last location. Yeah. Yeah, he could have sequence broke the water checks, but I mean, even if you found Dark World there, okay, well then I'm gonna have to find flippers.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
all of our Dark World items are locked behind this mirror in some way, shape, or form, considering the other gloves in Dark World.
Okay. Yeah, very true. Right, we saw the hype cave on Tyler's side. Speaking of Tyler's side, though, okay, so we did see him turn down a blue boomerang in Cave 45. I would be completely remiss, by the way, if Tyler turned down the red boomerang, because I see many a times when he has his own emotes specifically dedicated to the red boomerang.
Indeed. And I mean, he did use it, so it all works. Or he does have it. Both of them do. So,
oh, well then.
So Tyler's probably very comfy, very happy right now.
That's true. He is now in his element. Thanks, League Force. I didn't even see that red boomerang on the tractor. Alright, looks like though, Matt, we cannot tell whether or not this is a pendant or crystal. Looks like we don't have any fire in order to go get that big key from the basement. So,
oh, Matt leaving. Okay.
Does he have pearl? Where is...
No, he doesn't. But the pearl's over on the right side of the mountain, so...
So where are we going?
Oh, he didn't have any bombs.
Oh,
interesting.
Poor Matt. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. You're
away to get bombs.
Yeah, you're talking about in this case, some of the maybe potential, early damage that could have been taken in Kakariko if we forgot to activate the flute. This might cost Matt a little bit.
I kind of want to know why Matt didn't go upstairs in Hera, because there's a free bomb, and if you mirror, you can get a second.
Oh my gosh, dude, Dancy, that's some big brain thinking right there.
Well, I might do the same thing in his shoes. Tourney race, you do some weird stuff. Like your brain sometimes just doesn't work. But yeah, just something for the future.
Yeah, that's a really great call. Yeah, because sometimes you do have to go do Hera swordless, and those pots, right, that have like the room with 3 beetles, before you end up getting to like the big key door. Yeah, those have at least one.
Right, it's one.
Too. Yeah. Yeah, but the one is all you need, honestly, right? Because he's got money.
Because you could go to the shop over here,
exactly,
with that one, and that's got to be faster than I don't know.
No.
Sorry, Matt. We're overly critiquing Matt here. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. But no. It's actually really good knowledge. Like, what better time than to just learn things live? That's that's when all the learning happens during exam time.
We're all about teaching. There's Matt's pearl. Getting the village checks here. Just 3 bombs in chess game over on Tyler's side.
Yeah. It looks like actually we did find out a little bit of information earlier from Tyler's side as well. We have red crystals at Swamp Palace and Turtle Rock, looks like. So we are gonna, right, that ice rod's always kind of in, like, do we actually need that? Because we don't know where Trinex is, and if it is actually ever going to show up on our paths at all. We know there's going to be at least one of them somewhere, but we may not ever see it. And so if we don't need to, then we may not need to see that ice rod.
This is like also part of this mode that's kind of cursed. We'll see how many items we have in the front of Thieves Town. Skipping the back of Thieves Town is a very viable play here. So here's some items that Tyler missed over on Matt's side. That sword would have been nice to have. And extra heart piece, so we'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, a sword early on, maybe it depends on where the other swords are. It certainly can be quite comfortable. I mean, certainly not, progression unlocking. Unless maybe we stumble upon like a book or something, right? In which case we get some tablets. But I think so far, maybe just outside of that offensive edge, that Tyler is going to be missing, probably not going to be much else. Probably. We hope, for his sake. Yeah, he just have like a slightly worse time. Like Master Sword can certainly still make a difference if like Berserk of Vitreous back here, for example, right? Maybe
sure.
Palma, like there are gonna be times when the sword difference is gonna be viable, but again, it's not gonna lock Tyler out of anything that's maybe blocking. Here's mitts for Matt and a chest turn, saving those frames. But you know what? Who cares about Master?
Yeah, we got a mold arm.
Sword. Yeah. We've got a makeshift temper sword.
We were never worried.
Exactly. Would you happen to have been counting items in the front of Thief's Town?
I mentioned it. I didn't do it. So, and honestly, I don't know why I mentioned it. And the reason for that is the only thing that could be viable, as we see a pendant there, is the key, because it is MC Shuffle. So there are two more items in this dungeon.
Takes like
so we did have 3 in the front. That means we have, what, 3 in the back. It's nice halvesies type deal.
Yeah, that's right. So normally there are 4 items in Thieves Town. Take out the map and the compass because they've been, shuffled out somewhere, and suddenly every dungeon now has a +2 higher value in terms of items found.
All right, Matt, also turning down your blue boomerang, Clear Mouse.
Yes, that's very. But see, like Matt doesn't have a boomerang icon. Emotes. I keep, I am fully expecting him to show off his NMG skills though in the back of Skullwoods for the middle of the key chest, assuming we go there, of course.
I mean, do you skip Skullwoods in a situation like this? This is where it's tough.
Yeah, even in some of Matt's kind of like practices, and he's been doing some online, I guess, like offline asyncing of some of the qualifier ones. I have indeed seen him go into Skullwoods without the fire rod. So we've got +2 items in every dungeon, right? Suddenly, kind of the calculus, right, of where in this case the item distributions are changed. So
yeah, Skullwoods is even more loaded.
Yeah. It kind of depends on what you're, if you're an additive person versus like a multiplier person, right? So if you believe there's no value in Skullwoods and you say that, well, now there's twice the value of Skullwoods, in this mode, may not, necessarily be the same type of,
I'll have to ask Dunka to run me a spreadsheet and let me know. All right, Tyler gonna have to be a little careful here. Is on green mail, down to 3 hearts. Got through most of the damaging rooms here, so should be fine. We don't have to go back up and fight a boss, so.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you actually kind of see, looks like Matt is also being a little bit more conscious of his health as well. He actually did take the time to pick up that heart container and hammer pegs. Especially if it's early, and this being kind of like boss shuffle, you may not, the different arenas can actually just make, some of the bosses much harder. Mafia Arena can make things much harder. As Matt may or may not have experience in some of his, previous Animizer seeds, earlier this year. Just say it.
All right, big money, just a pod map. So not even a useful map, considering Saha told us already. So that's a little unfortunate for Tyler. If Matt were to skip that, that's going to be a decent chunk of time saved. However, Matt may be tempted to go back in. Yeah,
exactly. There are 2 items in there, and looks like at least Matt's going to go check out Brewery. Did we not do this earlier? Maybe.
No, we did. We did.
Oh, okay. Oh, we have another map to Ice Palace. Right, Tyler ended up getting that earlier when he was here. Alright, but speaking of, we are gonna see in this case exactly what kind of value Skullwoods has for us. No fire rod, does not preclude, of course, the fire rod just being here in Skullwoods. But of course, look at Tyler's usage for that boomerang. I like it. Kind of scary for the hands.
Yeah. So excited about the boomerang. Oh, the hook shot on purple chest. I think Tyler did the area, but left that check behind. Hopefully he heads back for that.
Yeah, that's I mean, given what we kind of know about our pendant situation so far, it's kind of definitely very oh no, we actually even know Squam Prowess is a crystal, so hardwire that hook shot.
Yeah, we're gonna need that today. Also, that kind of incentivizes maybe Matt to go to the Dark Mountain at some point, but I think if and when Tyler gets to it, I think, he'll be really wanting to get back to the mountain.
Oh yeah. That's definitely for sure. I mean, right, we know, of course, from our, from watching Matt, is that Tyler, the really thing he's only kind of missing out on right now is going to be that sword. Certainly not going to be the end of the world if Tyler kind of puts it off.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Talk about fighting progression here in Skullwoods.
Yikes.
Do we have a compass?
You love to see it.
Yeah. Looks like
this is just such an awkward spot.
Would you go back, basically?
I think you have to. In the tournament situation, you can't play scared. But Fighter Sword back of Skullwood's Boss Enemizer is definitely a mood.
Yeah, I mean, so like, and I guess for what it's worth, right? We already saw Moldorm in the back of Thieves Town, right? So that's kind of already one boss down that, maybe, kind of reduce the chances of that, right? I'm just thinking of all the other bosses we can fight there. Mothula, yes, could be certainly a thing, but like, Vitreous, Helmasaur, I don't know, these bosses sound terrible. Looks like Tyler's leaving. He's leaving.
So I'm okay with that, given his loadout. I mean, Fighter Sword is really, like I said, that's a mood that's just gonna make you question things. Like if you take a death, you're gonna be tilted probably.
Yeah.
Most of the seed after that.
Tyler also already took a death in, East Death Mountain as well. I mean, while it's not necessarily like the most costly death, like from his perspective, he doesn't know that there's only a sword there, right? So yeah, maybe he doesn't want to, in this case, take that much extra risk. I also was not counting on how many items there were in the front, but maybe we got enough value, just with that fire rod alone.
Yeah, granted, if we're like just at 1 or even 0 items left, then there's no point in doing this fight now.
Yeah. Speaking of,
especially not knowing.
I was gonna say, so Matt actually is here in the back of Thieves Town, didn't even go peek at the boss. So all gonna be all the same time for both Matt and Tyler.
I'm gonna say he's doing this because he bombed open the hole. Because he's not using Pallet Shuffle, and therefore mentally he doesn't know it's Enemizer. So he's going to be shocked when Blind's not in her cell.
Good point. Yeah, Matt might be kicking himself a little, especially given that we did see there was kind of nothing back here, right? We saw a not so useful, pod map in the back in the big chest of Thieves Town, and we did get that single arrow. So yeah.
Right.
And it's going to be a pendant to boot, right? Because we saw the pendant drop on Tyler's side. So yeah, Matt may not be feeling the greatest right now.
Right, and the moment of realization, I'd like to think. At least let me think. Like, where's? I can hear Matt now. Where's she at? Oh, this is Enemizer.
Yeah.
Crap.
Oh yeah, Matt might be saying, well. I was thinking maybe he might be saying Doc a couple times, but it's we don't have cams on this guy.
Tyler, no, Tyler, we've already done sick kid.
We got a bottle from the tavern. It's okay. Matt is he's very adept. He is a 124 NMG runner. He is very comfortable here in on this type of equipment. Probably more health than he's used to, but Master Sword being here, with boots, fighter shield.
Yeah.
We're all good.
All right, and here's Moldorm for Matt. Oh, so let's see. Tyler heading to Skull Woods.
We got our pendant of courage, I guess, like in like makeshift somewhere. So Tyler's all ready. And it looks like, yeah, according to Link Forest, our tracker, especially there are 2 items left here, dang Ropas, actually could be some pretty good value here. We can at least get the bridge chest. Maybe bridge chest will have something nice for us as well. Something that will help us out. We do have 5. Yeah, and so, even, actually, what did we get? Oh, we got a bottle with red potion. Maybe that was actually the thing that, kind of pushed Tyler, that was a safety.
It's extra safety, needed, right? Yeah. It is an extra safety, so I could see that being, paying dividends. And the extra heart, you definitely
we're pretty happy.
If you're not getting like progression, that is something at this point I think you're happy with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's almost just as good as Sank Heart as well, right? Because we're only down 1 total heart, so it's still pretty. It's a still pretty easy room here for Matt. Maybe not the easiest, but we got through.
Right. No need to get that key from the Gibdo, so we are jumping in. All right, who do we have today in back of Skull Woods? It is Argus, and that's really bad for Tyler.
Yeah. We saw the hook shot was in purple chest, which Tyler has not done yet. Meanwhile, though, Matt, with his hook shot, with his fire rod that he just got, he's probably shaking his head right now for fighting that fire rod. But he also has Master Sword, right? So actually, the Argus fight, while it's still kind of iffy, may not, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like he was actually scouting out the boss at the end. Is he gonna go do it? Looks like we're gonna go back.
All right, we're headed back in. Oh, getting the fairy, very clutch.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the great use of the bug nets.
Shoutouts to the Skullwoods bushes. If you don't get a skull, you might get a fairy, and
yeah. Exactly.
make it all worthwhile.
Yeah, going into this Argus fight here in the back of Skullwoods, actually, I mean, I don't really know if there's ever such thing as a comfortable fight, but Matt, with Matt's equipment and Matt's safeties, he should be pretty good. Talking about more safeties, right? We've got some blue mail on Tyler's side.
You love to see it.
Mm-hmm. All right, we did find out also it was ether for Meyer entry, which looks like we did get a map check earlier. We found the map. It is a crystal, so we're gonna have to go find that somewhere. So
it'll show up.
Yeah, I'm sure. We are actually missing still quite a bit of stuff, right?
Yeah, we got quite a ways to go item-wise. For 30 minutes in the MC Shuffle, I think for 30 minutes, we got a decent amount of equipment. And we've got all the mobility we could ever ask for.
Oh, talk about more mobility though. So those are definitely very much required. Yeah, so actually, yeah, so with the hook shot that Matt's gonna pull out right now to use on Argus, we're gonna be able to clear out Swamp too, right?
Yeah, we could. So here's the thing, like for Tyler, we said it was bad. If this drops a pendant for Matt, like that's gonna be really good for Tyler, as long as it doesn't drop like a required item.
Oh yeah. That's actually a really good point, right? We know Swamp Palace is a red crystal. We do not have any knowledge right now for Skullwoods.
We do not, and Matt is. Keep in mind, Matt has a fairy, and I'm sure he's taking that into account. He's being a little aggressive with his slashes and going ahead and using that fairy. I missed what the first item on right side was, but we do see that the big key in desert is vanilla for Tyler.
I remember seeing that he picked up the compass chest and it was worthless. Money. It was not maybe totally worthless.
Okay, money. Link Force coming in clutch. All right, last puff. Unfortunately, I think Matt spun Argus twice now into that block instead of the spikes. But it is a crystal, so Tyler is going to have to come back here. But that's crystal number 1 on the board for matt7898.
Yeah. And, I guess for what it's worth, right? Like, Tyler knows that he's going to have to go find that hook shot, right? So hopefully, purple chest is going to be kind of on his mind. My main worry, though, is that it is somewhat isolated, for Tyler. Like, if he does find like powder or something, he could certainly be, happy to go back there. But, yeah, it might be a bit harder.
I think we just saw a pendant and Link Force confirming on the tracker. Yeah. So we did get a pendant, or a final pendant on Eastern. So that is full knowledge. Yeah, we are gonna have to actually, so we may not see that bow. Is that correct? Until GT? Very possible. It could be one of those seeds.
Speaking of the bow, though, I bet Tyler would kind of really like it right now. Might make his life a little bit easier.
Pull out that boomerang, buddy. You got that emote. Let's use it.
I'll wait for someone in a tournament match to pull out the boomerang, right, and actually use it to go kill Arvos, and then still win the game,
I just wish it wasn't so slow. It's such a swag strat, but it's just abysmally slow.
Yeah. It's like Matt, though, having the same idea for safety, though, he is going to pick up that blue mail, take the extra whatever, handful of seconds. Yeah, Tyler actually is a little bit maybe worried here about dying. I certainly don't.
He has a red goo, and I want him to use it. Thank you.
Please, thanks.
Getting the 3-for-1 dash there. That was
so nice.
I've never thought to dash into him like that, or those guys. That's perfect.
Yeah, this is actually one of those times when, you know, even half magic, right? You have some other type of magical items that obviously the fire rod didn't really do too much, but you know, Burna, Samaria, right? These are actually like really great items in order to be able to use on Armos. Not that really Matt has much better loadout, honestly. Like, so I'm gonna assume he's gonna also go to the boss, and kind of maybe face a very similar situation.
And Tyler getting his first crystal is on the board now, so 1-1 at this stage. We'll see where Tyler goes next. Is this, no, we're not going to the mountain, we're headed to the potion shop. I would advise this as well on this loadout.
Yeah, it's actually a very, very great idea. And yeah, we kind of saw here, you know, desert is, you know, loaded with riches, you know, 600 total rupees, so you know, they have more than enough in order for like potions or you know, whatever else, you know, they pod, right, whatever else they need to spend money on. We are taking our fire rod, by the way, and we are gonna go do water checks first before diving into Ice Palace.
You got real excited for Ice Palace. We're not there just yet.
We gotta scout. I mean, no, half magic, fire rod, hammer. You know, it doesn't necessarily sound too bad. The one worry, of course, you know, for Tyler, outside, of course, of Trinex, is gonna be maybe there's a second Argus in the bottom of Cold Stare or Ice Palace, right? So yeah, which Tyler right now cannot beat.
You know, and dungeon diving usually can lead to items. Like that's what like people like to find. However, it's given that we're not in boss go mode yet, that's like the big deterrent. Like, do you want to prioritize that overworld? And that's kind of what Tyler's doing, just playing it a little safe at this stage.
Totally understandable. I mean, we talk about, you know, dungeon diving, finding the items that you need, right? I mean, we did see a fire rod from Skullwood, so. Oh, interesting. So we did not do waterfall. I guess maybe Tyler wants to do this after. Like we did hobo.
I stand corrected. We're going into ice now. We did hobo and now we're out of here.
Also, I mean, Tyler's got blue magic. He's got blue potion. You know, he's got half magic. I'm sure he would really like that tempered master sword from Paradox, but you know, it's okay. We should be good.
I'm genuinely hoping that there's no cane in Waterfall for Tyler's sake.
Oh, I forgot about the cane.
Yeah.
That might make things a little bit faster here in Tyler's position. Although, you know, maybe this is, you know, Tyler's like, you know, big moment in that Venus Maria is just here in Ice Palace, right? You know, we've got 5 total versus a normal 3.
Well, we got our compass, so we can check our boss, and it is Moth, so this is beatable.
Nice, very, like, the purest of vanilla locations for that compass. Man, you know, maybe Matt, coming in here, if he actually kept sword beams, it actually would have been potentially viable offense, right?
Yeah, you don't want to burn, like, if he has a red goose still, you don't want to burn that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at this point in the game, or this fight,
I mean, he may have to burn it. We'll see. Oh, okay. All right. Link Force correcting me. Doesn't have the red goo.
Oh,
because that was that graveyard ledge.
You're right. That's an excellent point. This is what, see, Link Force is like the one paying attention to the race. She like catches everything for us. All right, this is crystal number 2 down for Matt, because I can count the number of bosses on our tracker that were crystals. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see in this case what Matt decides to go to next. You know, he does have the sword advantage still. He has at least on the scoreboard, he has 1 extra crystal over Tyler, but I think probably the most important one is that he does have that hook shot, which is in purple chest over Tyler. At least,
this, I was gonna say, this could be, you know, this is another like, what do you do moment. Just because if Trinex does show up here in Swamp, assuming that's where Matt's going, it's a bit of a time investment. But
yeah, that's also
overall, I kind of feel like Matt's in a spot where he has to make this play now. Like, you have to hope, like, just go in and hope.
Yeah, because right now I think there is no, outside of Trinex, there is no other boss that's going to pose a problem, you know, for Matt. So.
Right.
I'm trying to remember in this case if we actually have the compass to swamp. If we do, we can at least get an early check. But as you also did mention, basically coming into swamp is certainly going to be a higher cost, right? Just because the time invested to get into swamp is going to be much higher than like, you know, just like diving in. You know, I'll just take a quick peek in Skullwoods, let's say, right? Or like Thieves Town or something. Looks like the answer is we do not have a compass. Otherwise, I would have expected Matt to do a very quick check immediately.
Now this is a trick I haven't seen in a very long time, but the bomb jump to the right side of Ice Palace. That's a trip down memory lane. I feel like we're in 2018 main tournament all over again.
Oh gosh, yeah, no hook shot, no Kana Smart. Yeah, actually, Icebreaker wasn't discovered until like 2019?
2020.
2020? Okay, yeah. How far we've all come, you know, as a minor glitch community.
Tyler also remembering to pull the tongue. I'm so proud. That's the hardest part about coming in here without the cane. Just 20
Tyler
bucks.
Knows, so, yeah, no, Tyler knows how to do Ice Palace, right? You know, like the old-fashioned way. This is just how, you know, you can tell he's been playing for quite some time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Matt going top route. I'm assuming this is, we're doing left side.
Yeah, looks like it. Maybe this is gonna be where the, you know, there's 2 extra checks, right, in order to go get that ice rod. Yeah,
all right, setting up diver down.
Yeah, some of the, I mean, not like necessarily like one of like the newer-ish one, but certainly a variation that saves you a little bit of extra time because you can combo the screen suggestion with the bomb with the switch hit.
Yeah, for sure. So Tyler gonna leave 2 items behind. Looks like in ice.
What? Which ones did he skip? So iced tea, and then...
I'm assuming it may be a key. Maybe.
With the big chest?
Yeah, maybe iced tea and the big chest. So one of them could be a key.
Yeah, yeah,
Off goes down, not too shabby here. Oh, yeah. So it's a map.
Oh, to desert, of course. Thank you for the knowledge. Game after we have already beaten the dungeon. Alright, 10 bombs here on left side after the time investment to come back in over here. Matt could have used those 10 bombs earlier when he was going over to Paradox and Spiral Cave, but you know, it's all hindsight. We got a compass to Hera, I think it was. Maybe not immediate value as of
maybe. So Link Forest pointing out to us that there could be a small key, probably small key and big key remaining. So good skips. I just see 6 of 8. I get concerned because I think whenever I see it, I think Key Sanity. I don't think MC Shuffle. All right, no Cane and Waterfall as well. I'm happy about it. Works out for Tyler.
Yeah, and a free blue potion from Waterfall as well. Yeah, and after, of course, the nice sequencing for us going to Desert before Waterfall, we finally have enough cash in order for Zora. We also have the real flipper, so nothing's going to be isolated here on Zora Ledge. Because we, I guess, really maybe needed one of those $20. Now, where do you think Tyler might decide to head off to after Waterfall?
I'm hoping. Oh, Kate. Did we check Bumper Ledge?
I believe we did. Somebody checked it. It might have. Oh, no, Tyler checked it when he went over to the ledge. It was like 3 bombs, 20 rupees. It was something useless. So.
That I'm hoping this pushes Tyler. I don't know. Maybe I need him to go get the purple chest.
Yeah. Same. Thanks. Also, Swamp Palace map, being in swamp. But yeah.
All right, we're going to the mountain.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Tyler has some like the cave does open up Spike Cave. So that is going to be with the half magic, and then we of course also has. Well, I guess we have a fire source now. If Tyler wants to go do Hera the longer way, you know, again no hook shot.
Yeah, as far as Tyler's concerned, hook shot could be in there. So All right, and Matt doing this properly, knocking Cold to the left to get a little better double hits. Did aim the fire rod look to be a little too high, but gets the fight done nonetheless. And gonna be rewarded with a heart container. So Swamp, a crystal, but otherwise a dud. Not too, no progression here.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. We had 8 items total in Swamp Palace, and none of them were really useful. Oh, but that is a very required
Wow.
Ether Medallion in Spike Cave.
Okay.
What was that cave again?
That was on Zora.
Oh, well then. Okay, well, okay, so that, you know, that's not necessarily gonna be a terrible location for Matt to go to. Maybe this is gonna be Matt's Pyramid Fairy, not Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid, maybe into Pod?
Pyramid to Pod, maybe does Catfish into Zora area, but no.
Oh, okay.
Check
like
it. We're going to Ice, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a blind check on the island, and yeah, maybe Hobo. Looks like Hobo, maybe Zora area before before Ice Palace. Okay, so Matt's gonna be able to get that cape, and then, but still, like the road to Ether is multi-step. It's not like a one and done type of thing. We still have to be convinced in order to go into Spike Cave, which is not, again, a very common location that people like to go to.
Yeah, some people do like it, some people don't. It's kind of like Catfish.
So, yeah, although I think some people don't believe Catfish exists, so there might be, like a scale. It does also Ether looks like for Turtle Rock. I think this is our first time getting eyes on there. By the way, we did mention it would be kind of nice if Tyler comes over here with the hook shot, but we have decided we're gonna put off left side mountain for long enough here.
All right, let's hope there's a progressive hook shot. There's not. Oh God, it's the cane though.
It is the cane. Okay, so Matt cannot go in. Tyler can go into Turtle Rock. Are you diving Turtle Rock?
Ah, man. I think if you're Tyler, you may have to. Man, that's tough.
Yeah, we definitely know that he's not gonna find the hook shot up here. He might find the ice rod, honestly, and then he's probably very happy, at least for a while. Versus Matt, I mean, like, Matt can't actually get into Turtle Rock unless, I mean, assuming he doesn't go to Spike Cave, all the way over to the left and then come back all the way here to the right. Also, I think in this case, right, so Matt got the Quake Medallion in the front of Escape, which Tyler hasn't done yet, but it looks like actually, in this case, knowing that Ether is required for both dungeons, that looks like the front of Escape is not required, right? I don't think we got anything else useful that was there.
We did not, no. So we're in a spot where we could be in a very nasty go mode.
You mean looking for that bow?
I mean, no, I'm saying like we just skip the bow entirely, and maybe we don't need Ice Rod. Like, just cross your fingers, hope for the best. I mean, like, I say go mode, I mean no mode, I guess. Like, if Matt gets Ether at this stage, because he's about to get his hook shot, then he's kind of in a spot where he's just gonna have to hope stuff's on the way.
Yeah, that's. Man. Well, so okay, so given. I guess I don't know how comfortable Tyler is in upstairs GT without that bow. Matt, I think he can maybe get through Mimics.
Yeah, he can. He just I know
I don't know how
he ain't thrilled about it.
Like, I mean, like, right, I think it's kind of one of those, like, if you absolutely force me to do so, right? Like, I think Matt wouldn't even consider himself to be a hover, but, in one of the previous qualifiers, he did spend several minutes trying to get through, Moldorm 2, right, without that hook shot, because nowhere to be found. But looks like, though, Tyler has decided to, we are going to go at least take a peek inside Turtle Rock. Let's, in this case, see what happens.
Yeah, I like this play from Tyler, given his knowledge. You gotta go in and just hope, all right, I can clear this, and there's no Trinex. Like, that's the hope. Matt thinking ahead. I think Matt's gonna do Spike Cave with that fairy.
Good job, Matt. Oh, it is land, though. We are safe. Not at least it's not Trinex.
Oh my God, a tempered sword.
All right, Matt's getting spoiled. That's all I can say. Can't believe we got tempered already before like everything else that we need for the scene. All right, Tyler, of course, you talk about, remembering, the hardest thing about, like, pulling the tongue, in Ice Palace. He's
Yeah.
also, remember, he does have the hook shot here in Torches.
Oh, no.
Did we not hit a torch? Is that what happened?
Oh, we just had to go. We had to go the long way. Like, just.
Yeah.
You hate it.
Yeah, that hook shot, I was thinking how much of this hook shot is really, how much is it really hurting Tyler? He did have to go all the way to the back of Skullwoods in order to find out he couldn't beat Argus. But yeah, other than that, like, he's also kind of, like, he didn't really miss out anything else in Hook Shot Cave, but still, it's kind of like now we have to kind of still go back to locations. That's, like, where the time crunch is really going to start to affect things. And Purple Chest, again, is just one of those terrible locations where, oh man, when you go back for it.
Yeah. All right, that's crystal number 4, 5? I can count. Yeah, 4.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of crystals for Matt. Yeah, as you mentioned though, who needs a cape? Matt has thought ahead using his bug net and his bottle. We're gonna brute force our way into Spike Cave. He's gonna be pretty happy. Now, I guess if you're Matt, would you just go straight over and just go to Turtle Rock?
I don't know. I think I'd do Meyer, but I think that's a nasty lamp location that we just saw on Tyler's side.
Yeah,
just having lamp and chain chomps. So. Oh no, Matt died.
Oh, no.
I wonder what's gonna happen next.
I also learned that iframes from the fairies are, like, surprisingly long.
They are. So now Matt is probably considering his options because he is in. I hope there's not a Trinex mode, and I hope I can mimic clip mode.
Yeah, so I don't even know if you can call anything really official, but yeah, at like 50 some, odd minutes, Matt is, it is certainly in a very strong position to be skipping out on a lot of the chucks.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like a lot of people think runners, when they're in a spot like this in a tournament race, they're like, oh man, I'm feeling good. Like, I think this is where it's really nerve-wracking because, you realize how fast you're in go mode. There was maybe a way to optimize it just a little better. Oh, we see Armos as the boss.
Okay.
So that's GT.
Yeah, so actually, right, what are the bosses we saw? We saw one Moldarm in Pendant Blind, or Pendant Thieves Town. We saw Mothula in Ice Palace. We saw both Armos now, right? Desert and Meyer. And then we saw Helmasaur and Colster. Okay, so, man, I guess
keep in mind that Trinex could be an Eastern and or Pod. Those arenas will allow it. So you could have 2 Trinexes just right there, and then you've got a clear path. It could be like the live qualifier where we get to land mode 2.
Yeah, and then we see a Trinex, and then where was the ice rod? It was on Catfish. Yeah, that was definitely a location that you were not gonna go to.
Yeah, see, this is where you didn't want to see the key early. I don't think. I think you want to see it late so you can clear it out, but when you get it early, like Matt's doing, you just gotta say, all right, screw it, I'm going to the boss.
Yeah, and for all, right, and like for like Vitreous, whatever's back here, right, can also just have the item. So, should be okay. Oh, Vitreous, right, it's gonna be Armos.
Armostrius is what it is.
That's right. I'm actually trying to think now. So Matt fought Armos as well as Tyler in Desert on basically Master Sword or Fighter Sword and the Fire Rod. I'm looking at the current loadout that Matt has now, and it's, well, at least he has Samaria. That's maybe a little bit better, but maybe not much more outside of that.
All right, and we haven't seen any items really here in TR, but will Laserbridge come in clutch? There's our key in the first chest. We got 3 more to go. Gonna get $50. Taking our time using the cape. Not gonna take any deaths here. Getting a compass to Desert. That's not useful for us at this stage.
No. Yeah, Tyler's actually being quite cautious here. Ooh, that's a, well, you think that can push him back into doing purple chest now? With the
I think that's an incentive, I would say. Will he do it though is the question.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like purple chest is one of those locations for Tyler. After you kind of do the first smith chain, you've done hammer pegs. There is really, not much else kind of like left in the area for you. But if you can combo it with another tech, which in this case could be powder or magic bat, there's hope. Matt says, "Screw it, I'm gonna go take the damage down so I can." Oh, nice combo. Got a book though. Actually, for what it's worth, I mean, would you be tempted at all to check either tablet when you're up there, like near GT?
Oh man, I think you have to. I think it heavily depends on your mimic clipping skills.
Okay, fair.
So you have to have the honest conversation with yourself on if the bow is there, how screwed am I if I skip it? So if I think most runners are gonna check it.
Yeah. Alright, Matt though gonna take a quick detour just in case for that mushroom. It is something that we did end up picking up in Mire. Maybe it'll be a bow. Maybe it'll be 3 bombs. We're gonna get a free potion out of this regardless. Alright, by the way, that was a crystal number 1, 2, 3 for Tyler. We're gonna shortly get crystal number 4 here. And yeah, Tyler is going to be able to get his temper sword here as well in compass chest. No hook shot, unfortunately, means that we are going to have to go sit through the basement. But the good news is that if the bow here is in the big chest, Tyler is very, very happy.
Yeah, he'll be very comfy for sure. Does have a bit of ground to make up though. Just given the breaks.
Exactly. Yeah, and kind of like also another major difference, right? Tyler went into Ice Palace a little bit earlier, right before the Cane of Samaria. He went all the way over to Bright Side. I mean, it's going to be kind of like on the order of minutes worth of difference time. I mean, Matt, granted, he's in like whatever pseudo quasi whatever go mode type of thing, but still, he is going to be pretty substantial in terms of time.
All right, make a note. 56 minutes. What's Matt sweating more? If Trinex is in TR, or if he's going to be able to mimic clip?
I feel like that should be a prediction. That's a great question, though. I mean, it's like what? So, okay, if you're going to have to go pick, again, yeah, one item, on your path, you're going to find the ice rod versus the bow. Like, I don't know. Probably the ice rod.
Right.
Probably. Like, I guess, like, push comes to shove, maybe, Matt can, like, pull off that mimic clip, right? Push comes to shove, you see that Trinex, you have no idea what you're gonna do after that point.
Yeah, I need a Trinex clip. Like, can we get him out of there?
Can we maybe just clip out at least just, like, a third of his head? Like, just the fire head, how's that?
That'll be just enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Tyler has the big... I was like, when did we get... Oh, wait, we went to the basement. What is this? It is a heart container.
That'd have been real spicy if that was an ice rod, by the way.
Oh dude. Oh my gosh. That is like so much mental comfort for Tyler. I mean, he doesn't worry about anything about GT. Meanwhile, as you said, kind of the opposite, right? Matt's kind of right now, kind of a bit more worried, a lot more on his mind about what is potentially in his future. Alright, though. Tyler's gonna take down Helmasaur. Gonna use, I think, a very similar strategy to Matt when he was here earlier, using bombs instead of the hammer. The ricochet is surprisingly large, or the knockback with the hammer. This arena's not as bad as the Moldrum 2 arena. So you maybe have a little bit more room to maneuver, but still, when he kind of decides to hover over that middle hole, you're not very
the
happy.
damage doesn't count when it's over that middle hole, so it's a little awkward, and Tyler just scared the mess out of me. I thought he was going to fall in that hole.
Same.
But does get the fight done. Gonna get another crystal. Matt as well, gonna take down the annoying bug in Ice Palace, and we're gonna get dual crystals, basically.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for that 3-second text box, on Matt's side, we're pretty much just synced up. Of course, right. So right now, of course, Tyler, he still has the option going into Meyer, which probably, you know, in this case, he'll probably go do looking for that hook shot. We of course know it's still on purple chest, but yeah, kind of it's really kind of the differences right now is that Tyler probably doesn't want to go into Swamp Palace without the hook shot, and then we know, of course, Argus is back there for Skullwoods. We are going to Pod or we're going to Eastern. We're going to Saha. We're going to Eastern.
I mean, I respect this play. You know, Tyler might be thinking, all right, where's somewhere I can go Matt wouldn't? And I'd say this is a good play given his situation.
Very, very true.
Like, if it's a big if on the whole metagaming thing, but just if that's what's going through Tyler's head, I think this is a solid play.
Yeah, and I actually don't know kind of what, you know, type of mentality Tyler or anybody kind of like goes in here. If you think, let's say you're like the underdog, like maybe do you try and make up, you know, like just decide like, I think I'm not going to go do this check that's, you know, out of the way or something, right? And then if, you know, if something's here, it burns me, and if it doesn't, you know, like that's great. I've actually just saved a minute or something over my opponent. I'm not sure if that was like the intention for purple chest. Maybe Tyler just found something better to do. You know, he needed to cut a corner or something. But certainly this case, at least that the purple chest kind of like is very looming for him right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Eastern though, ooh, interesting. We are out after 2 items. Tyler says he has had enough. Because we have certainly more than replenished our coffers in terms of normal funds.
Have we checked? Okay, yeah, we have checked Saha. I feel like... Wait.
Matt has.
Tyler hasn't. Okay.
I guess not. But we did have I thought he had the map at some point. Maybe he just wants to talk to him just in case.
He may not have seen it on the map, for what it's worth.
Yeah, looks like Eastern Palace area, at least so far of the first couple items, is just money. We did see, of course, so it is a Vitreous for what it's worth. That was, you know, we saw an Eastern Palace spot. So that is another, you know, spot where that is not Trinex. So
for sure. So like honestly, that's a little eerie for GT here.
Yeah, so right. So what it's worth, GT, like, right, Trinex cannot appear in the Moldrum 2 location. Other than that, though, it can appear in Ice Armos location. It can appear in Lamos 2 locations. So, you know, we're certainly hoping that the GT Big T is, well, maybe it depends on who you are, but, you know, Matt, I think, is hoping that the GT Big T is not behind Ice, whatever is there. And, of course, we don't want to see this in the top of GT as well. Right,
I think that also depends, like you said, on who you are. I'm pretty sure the Twitch chat is rooting for chaos, as they always are.
I would absolutely love to see Ice Armos. You know, I mean, so we've got top 64 bracket runners here. Like, you can't make these things too easy, right? I mean, there's a reason why, you know, like they're here. So you may as well, you know, throw some stuff at them to, you know, actually let them show off their skills.
The really good news for both of these guys is that no matter how chaotic this ends up being down the stretch, this is game 1. So if you lose this one, you're not out. You know, the chaos ones are the ones that really can do. It's just like, man, I don't want to go out this way. But luckily, there's going to be a game 2 regardless. Yeah, looking at their deck kind of earlier, it was a tournament. So MC Boss Shuffle was the most frequent one. Ambrosia was not in the cards at all this time around for them, which is probably great. It looks like though, what is it, Standard Boots or something like that might be the next most frequent one. So a little bit less chaotic for sure. I'll be curious to see how much Matt is going to check. Okay, he is going to. I don't know if the big key was vanilla. That's also a great question. I want to say no, but I guess I also wasn't paying attention. All right, looks like we have a Queen of Berna here on left side Maya. So that I think is item number 2. Because we had Tyler did go pick up the mushroom, so it looks like we're gonna get vanilla big key chest here as well.
Matt also, yeah, he's definitely checking Mimikyu. So okay, so he's at least we're probably gonna get a full clear of Turtle Rock in this case, right? All of Laser
Yeah,
Bridge.
because like this right here, if you leave this, you're never coming back for it.
Oh yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true. Unless maybe you can convince everybody to like close your eyes or something, and no, we're just not coming back to this location. All right, what is here in
cutscene chest? You love to see it. Just 3 bombs though.
I guess like the rest of the stuff was pretty blue. You know, actually, we also got 3 bombs out of the mushroom as well. You know that we saw on Matt's side, so it doesn't really look like Meyer is very profitable.
You know, we alluded to Tyler's red boomerang emote and his love for it. I kind of feel like if we need that ice rod, you know, some people have some affinity towards Pendant Pod. And I think that's probably our most dense location left.
That's very true. And yeah, and you know, nice spark gamble on Tyler's. I don't know if that he intended that to be or not, but that was a really nice damage boost forward. But yeah, you know, as you said, so Pod normally, you know, like even not in this mode, right, where like for most other modes, right, you know, people love Pendant Pod because there are 5 items in there and there always seems to be some sort of progression there. I mean, this is even more valuable, right? We have 7 items in Pod.
Alright, so all items accounted for in Meyer.
Yeah, for what it's worth, also too, you know, Matt also picking up his powder on Laser Bridge. He has certainly made quite good use of that bug net and the empty bottle. So,
indeed,
you know, powder is certainly not an unwelcome item to find. Can't believe we're not gonna have the bow for basically any of the stuff. And honestly, you know, not even, you know, like memes aside or anything like that, right? We face 2 Armos Knights, right? And we have Hero Lamola's fight. Like there are lots of things where it could have really benefited from. And I think a couple Helpless Swords as well, right? Could have really benefited from having that bow.
Yeah, we really benefit from that, you know, or potentially, you know, we mentioned barbecue at the beginning of the stream, like, you know, some salt and vinegar chips to go along with it.
It is Freedom Day, I guess. Maybe we can, you know, go off our diets just for a couple hours.
All right, will Matt try and check Ether Tablet here? I'm gonna assume yes with that mirror out.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's actually a very good point as well. Tyler, though, look at this. I am, you know, very pleased to see at least most of the usage here of Burna. Burna's actually very, very efficient, especially right here in this instant. Look at all this Armos basically just like gathering up really fast. Nice kill. Alright, that is the book for Tyler. All 4 items, as you mentioned, in Meyer accounted for. It looks like Matt, though, we're gonna go get our first check on Ether Tablet, which is gonna be not quite the bow or arrows we were looking for.
All right, entering GT at 107. That's kind of
yeah. That's I mean for even honestly any mode, like entering GT this fast. I mean it's a fast time.
Yeah. All right, where is the big key? Everyone is playing some numbers, but
yeah.
I'm more curious. Will we get the Mimic clips? Will there be a Trinex?
Yeah, I think we might. Yeah, so right, we're gonna see in this case if there's Ice Armos, right, or whatever Ice Trinex. If we have to go back there, and then if we do, we're gonna mirror out. If we don't, we're gonna see in this case if we can even find out if there's a Trinex upstairs. All right, nothing in Southwest room, or at least like the top left of GT. We're gonna go check out Compass room and the conveyor. Go and maybe grab the key and conveyor Star Pit's pot key.
Yeah.
Ooh, look! Dante, is Tyler doing this? We are here in the Village of Outcast area.
Yeah, I mean, he's running out of stuff to do, so I feel like it's time. We're gonna see what powder is probably, and we'll get that purple chest.
Mm-hmm. Imagine this powder could be like a bow, or powder can be ice rod. Oh my gosh, that would be quite the sight.
Oh, there's our first
we
bow.
found our bow. Alright, looks like Upper GT is safe for the time being.
I'm mad. Everyone riot.
Yeah, I was actually really hoping in this case that we would actually see some amount of mimic clipping, but it looks like it's not in the cards today. Alright, what's here on Magic Bats? Now, of course, Tyler did enter into the Dark World. Oh, it's our Ice Rod! Oh my gosh!
Huge, potentially.
That is, okay, suddenly, where is this book? Okay, so big key, so potentially, Ice Trinex is avoided on Matt's side, all eyes here on Landmost 2 spot. What is this boss going to be?
Oh man. This is this may have just taken a big swing.
Yeah, this is I mean, like, if you are invested in, if you're in for Tyler, his future stock has like suddenly like risen a ton, depending on what is gonna come up here in Upper GT for Matt.
So let's think about this for Matt. If this is an Ice Trinex, what does he have left? He has the rest of the basement, and then after that, he's got Pod, he's got Eastern. He has, I think, Zora and Catfish. He's got North Dark World, Graveyard Ledge. So, man, he's got a lot. Tyler has the opportunity here to, like, he's in basically.
If is up here.
Yeah, he'll be in go mode right after this, I think.
Yeah, and Tyler, he needs to finish up the backup Skull Woods, which is our Argus fight, and then he needs to just go mode out Swamp Palace. I mean, maybe he might open a couple of extra checks because he still doesn't have that bow right now. Like, we know on Matt's side that bow is in the compass chest of GT. But this is, oh, we're gonna go check the Bobo's tablet as well. Very understandable. Man, imagine if this is the other bow. Oh my gosh.
God, that would be something.
Oh, man. Alright, just a piece of heart. Oh my gosh! Holy frick! We have a game! We just found Ice Trinex at the Landmost 2 spot for Matt. Suddenly, things are looking... Tyler's future is suddenly looking like very, very bright right now. He may not realize it because he must feel just off. Like, I cannot be the last to get the hook shot, but that ice rod has completely turned things quite around. Oh my gosh. So you were saying something about the qualifiers earlier, in the main tournament, right? The live one where you suddenly find a Ice Trinex in the Landmost 2 spot and you have to go find your Ice Rod?
I like, and some of chat may be saying here that Matt may do Magic Bat as one of his first checks. Very possible. It's quick.
It is, right? Yeah,
it depends. I think it just depends on what kind of mood you're in too. Like, do you want to prioritize the density? Do you want to prioritize, the straggling things you have left behind? It's a really tough call to make, and I think right now he's genuinely hoping it shows up here, but we know it's not going to.
Yeah. So one thing, of course, that can benefit Matt, probably not the red mail, is if he does find silvers, for instance, right? Tyler's not going to go further than whatever map chest, basically, of GT. But yeah, as you mentioned though, right? So it maybe depends on what right now. I'm sure Matt's wheels are churning, right? Does he want to do density, as you mentioned, for Pod Eastern, or all these other dungeons? So there could be also spheres. As you mentioned, we did get powder pretty, like it basically
pretty late,
rock, right? Yeah, and so that could be something that do I want to go check Sphere 1, versus Sphere 2 versus Sphere 10, whatever, right?
Right, bro. If there's an Ice Trinex down here too, like both of them in GT, I'm just gonna lose my mind.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Alright, we did find Gold Sword. Matt is not gonna care. Alright, it is a Ice Blind. That's not gonna be as bad. We do have Beams to help out.
This is very good news for Tyler, because, you know, more time Matt has to spend down here in the depths of GT.
Tyler, or not Matt, man. It's don't have the mirror out, dude. It always scares me. Now, I guess for what it's worth, like, so, like, Tyler, I think, probably is going to, I mean, he's, like, half-go moding, I guess, dungeons, it looks like. He didn't do Left Side Swamp, but he did open up map chest. Probably is gonna look for that bow still. So my guess is he might not be that comfortable, I guess, like, with mimic clipping. Oh, we are doing Tile Room before we head out. Yeah, so, you know, the clock is ticking for Matt, and again, depending on where he ends up going, you know, after this, certainly can. I mean, Tyler has a very real chance here after finding that ice rod.
Both runners desperately wanting an item.
Yeah.
Where's my bow? Where's my ice rod? If the second bow's here in GT as well, that's gonna be pretty funny.
Yeah. I would just have to imagine the bow has to be, I don't know, like, you know, as you mentioned, like, there's 7 items in pod, right? Like, he's probably there. But it's just like, you don't have any reason to go to pod in the seed. Well, at least not, you know, before
Hey,
GT.
Bombos.
Yeah, hey, Bombos.
Solid cold stare fight there from Tyler, getting it done. Gonna get his 6th crystal, so tick-tock.
Yeah, and...
Oh, Matt's going back in. He's gonna do basement here. This is huge. I forgot about this.
Yeah, that's right. He's here. I mean, you know, this is gonna be the last check that he has here up on the mountain. You know, but again, you know, Hera basement is gonna take, what, like a minute, and then, you know, it's not gonna be very much time to get up there, but it's definitely, you know, 90 seconds maybe worth of time, something like that. 75 to 90, something like, yeah. And then, of course, right, so Tyler now he needs to get to the back of school with Argus fight, while he does have Temper Sword, is still, you know, on conveyor. He still has to be, you know, a little bit careful. Not always going to be like the whole, like, you know, I don't even know, is a 1 cycle even possible? I don't even know. I assume 0 pod cycle is just out of contention.
Oh yeah, you're not going to 0 in Skullwoods for sure. If you have very favorable RNG with the conveyor, you could 1 cycle. It's very tough.
Alright, big key for Matt. We're just gonna do a quick Hera pot up. But yeah, some of these things, as you mentioned, you know, some of these things, you know, could be proximity. You know, most likely this is gonna be all the stuff, right? You know, you don't want to leave behind Tile Room because you're right there in GT. You don't want to climb again. You know, who knows? This could just be your ice rod. You are here up on the mountain. You know, Hera basement, whatever / big chest is very, very close by. You know, you don't want to leave the mountain if you don't have to, but you know, kind of as a consequence, you know, turns out Tile Rooms are very slow.
Yeah, for sure. Now, where Matt goes next, I think, is really going to determine this race. He's got Hammer out. This is probably... Nope, not Magic Bat. We're going to Pod.
We're going to Pod. This, I mean, it looks like Pod, he's gonna prioritize density.
All right, Tyler in the Argus fight in Skullwoods. And that'll be Crystal 7 when this fight concludes.
Yeah, actually, Argus has some actually nice, favorable, at least location for that. Yeah, and like, yeah, definitely phase 1 is gonna be kind of like the more challenging part. Tyler, though, with Master Sword, he's just gonna be able to spin. He doesn't even need to like worry about spinning them into the spikes or anything like that.
Yeah, the red Master Sword really helps with that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You know, red is a great color, honestly. It's far superior to blue. That's all I can say.
All right, let's crystal number 7.
That is crystal number 7. All right, I would certainly have to imagine that Tyler is going to just go up to GT at this point. Yeah, but let's see in this case what Matt actually ends up finding out. Or in pod. I mean, I really can't imagine him finding anything that's good. We already have gold sword. I guess he can still find silvers here. I mean, we'll have knowledge, I guess, of where the other ball is.
We could find that beyond that. I mean...
Oh, well, we found the mirror shield. Oh. I guess that's at least a maximum upgrade that we can get.
We still have shovel at large.
Oh, true. Yeah, I am looking at the tracker. We did turn down the red boomerang. Matt, yeah, and Tyler, of course, has both Berna and the cape, so yeah. I really feel like with you gold sword, you should just be able to dash with these Baris. Or you can dash with the buzz blobs. Like, why can't you dash with the electrifying Baris?
I think that's a question for greater minds.
True. Oh, so Tyler is gonna go back. Oh, this is definitely, yeah, he remembers that he still does not have a bow. But we are very healthy on his side, getting, what is it, 15 hearts now?
16.
16 hearts, yep, 16 hearts.
Both of them at 16.
Right. That's actually a good point. Yeah, I really can't see Tyler getting the red mail. Maybe it depends on his GT route. You know, I guess we're gonna have to see.
Alright, how bad does Tyler want a bow? Will he go to Ether Tablet?
Mm-hmm. Oh, great point. Does he remember? There is no mirror out. We are not gonna check the other tablets.
Alright, he may feel very confident in his Mimic Clip, because he has Ice Rod, so he has, if that's the case, he has no worries.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I'm actually wondering if he's even thinking that too. Ooh, that's the other Trinex here in the back of pod.
You love and hate to see it. That makes Matt's decision easier as far as going to the boss.
True.
It also rules out pedestal entirely for him.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good point. Alright, it looks like the Tyler's gonna go left. I do not see a mirror out.
I believe I saw someone in chat say that Tyler likes to rando rush, so maybe rushing left side.
Okay, I mean, so we did find the big key in the map chest. We're gonna see in this case how confident he is in his Mimic Clips, because we're gonna get the big key right now on his side. We are continuing. Okay, so this is this is gonna maybe buy Matt a little bit of extra time. Oh, we are also going through Eastern as well. That's right, Eastern pod. That definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And this could lead him all the way to the boss, too.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I guess Tyler actually will end up getting that red mail then, that we saw in Rando Room.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, Rando Room and then into Compass Chest and then, or Compass Room, and then he will end up getting his bow in GT. Oh, look at that. Matt man, he's so helpful, you know? Every single chest, right? You see Matt quick swapping over to the mirror, and then it's just gonna be another quick swap of disappointment over to something else. Never mind. We're gonna go
continuing on.
Yeah, we're going to Ice Armos. Or sorry, Ice Blind in this case. This is quite the GT ride. I'm not sure if I've actually seen this happen, I guess that frequently.
Yeah, one small key brought up in chat, so this is a little more, I guess, prevalent to see instead of the rando rush.
Alright, so yeah, so Tyler's gonna be confronted with blind on ice. I mean, he does have a lot of safeties here. No sword beams though on his side, but I think he should be okay. Poor Matt. You know, it's just one of those chests where even here at Eastern, you really don't want to be here in the beginning with, but you have to go all the way here to the middle of the key chest, and it's certainly lots of things taking some extra time for Matt, right? You know, he had to do Tile Room in GT, he did Tile Room in Hera, Manila Big Key Chest. I mean, these are some pretty long things to do.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of though, like there's also, I don't know if he wants to go back to my.
Oh.
What a disgusting.
Okay.
What a disgusting bow. I mean, I love Eastern, but like, holy cow, what a location for that.
All right, Tyler mirroring and heading to right side.
So assuming he does not do Tile Room first, he's gonna go to Compass Chest or Compass Room. He should be okay, and at least avoid like 1 more minute. Yeah, and man, so I'm looking at Matt's progression here. So assuming he's gonna finish up whatever is back here. What's the boss? Vitreous. Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm glad we got those silvers.
Yeah. Okay, if Matt goes to Magic Bat, like, right now, after this, do you think we still have a chance?
I don't know. Tyler's a very adept runner. He's getting ready to get his bow, and then after that, like, you know, Matt's still got a mountain climb, even if he goes Magic Bat, like, right now.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, Matt has 1 mountain climb in this case, also, that he has to make up for. Tyler's having, yeah, unfortunately with no magic, or not enough magic, Tyler can't actually use some Aria here.
Oh, we're going to 3.
We did it. We did it. Matt, so Tyler with at 125.27 has found his go mode actual bow. He is ready to go upstairs to GT. Matt, not too far behind, getting his ice rod here in Magic Bats. We still have, I mean, you know, Matt, again, you know, he is maybe like 1 mountain climb and, you know, a handful of rooms here behind Tyler.
Oh, the full magic drop, very helpful here. It saves a couple room transitions coming up here, so not having to visit safety.
Yeah, and of course, right, keep in mind also that Tyler, you know, so there is a silvers difference here in, you know, between Matt and Tyler as well, right?
Very true.
So, yeah, so, you know, Tyler does, in fact, need a really nice Waffle House there on Matt's side. So Tyler, you know, needs to have a bit more of a buffer than maybe, like, expected. Right now, right, we're looking, Matt is certainly, you know, at a time deficit, even with the silvers advantage, but it's not as big of a deficit as you might think. In this case, because we're gonna have to go through phase 4.
Yeah, Tyler is basically in cruise control mode here. I mean, he's in a good spot. Like, he's got safeties. Like, if Vitreous shows up top, potentially, I think we still have a 3rd boss at large.
True. Oh yeah, actually that's right.
Or a 3rd repeat.
Yeah, we haven't seen Helmasaur yet, right? We haven't seen.
Yeah, we have. We've seen Helma.
Oh, you're right. We saw Moldorm. Yeah.
So it's going to be a repeat. We know it'll be a repeat. We just don't know of which one. But, you know, I think Vitreous would be like the slowest maybe, but with Gold Sword and Cape, like it's almost a moot point.
Oh man.
So
look at Tyler must be so happy.
Very close now.
Ice drop, by the way.
Yeah, this is where you're like, oh hey, I'm glad I got that.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, right. Both runners having Gold Sword, and yeah, the quote unquote easier part of the Trinex upstairs fight is that there is no ice that's on the floor. Does Tyler have a fairy out of curiosity?
I don't think so. If he were to take a death here, that would be huge in a bad way.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does have a potion for sure. I know that. I remember him buying one.
All right, gets through it. Don't die to the fireball, please.
Please. You have a fire shield. I know you do.
All right, now we're using it.
Okay. All right, we did pick up the Cane of Samaria for Wizropes. Matt. Okay. Don't let the tournament nerves get you. Don't let the fact that you did all of Pod Eastern, basically, you know, together. I actually don't know in this case if Matt would have been kind of like conscious enough in order to think like he doesn't need to pick up the pendant, right? You did mention that, you know, once you kind of saw Trinex on Helma, or in
Well,
that spot.
Do you
like,
want the health refill? I think is a question.
That's also true too.
I don't think he really needed it, but I don't know. It might be a wash in that regard.
Yeah, no, that's really very true. All right, so what do we have? What do we have left here? Nice bonk on Tyler's side.
Does need to remember a key, and does, so that's good.
Matt's actually making a little bit of extra time here on Tyler on the Trinex fight. I think Tyler ended up having a little bit of extra cycles, but you know, every little bit here that Matt is making up to his execution is very, very vital to, you know, his survivability. Ooh. It is a cold stare fight. Is this hoverable out of curiosity, Dancy? Like,
so yes,
not
so it is. Not so much here for Tyler in that regard, only due to the fact that you would want bombos. You wouldn't want to bust the shell because that is required. For some reason, the shell doesn't allow you to walk up those stairs.
Really?
So when you walk up them, it just
weird.
warps you back down. I think it has something to do with the size of that super tile.
Oh, okay. All right. Today I learned.
But yeah, if you're over the pit, if you're hovering and you're over the pit, it's kind of like being at the very top of Ice Palace in the boss room where the thing will despawn when it hits and it won't hurt you.
Okay. All right. Tyler, though, he did make it past the cold stare. We're on Aga 2. Matt, though, is coming up to cold stare pretty quickly. Man, I don't even know what the time difference. I guess we're gonna end up seeing what Tyler's drop down is for Ganon. But yeah, with Gold Sword, at least like phases, the first two phases for Ganon. I mean, I guess also the first three phases of Ganon shouldn't be too big of a difference between the two runners.
Yeah, so Aga dropping at 130.46.
Like Matt's actually gonna use bombos. We do have Gold Sword. He is ready to do the old 3-slash, maybe? Don't get knocked off, please, Matt.
All right, and Tyler's dropping in 131.15. Gold Sword, you know, as long as he gets the torch glitch, and as long as, you know, he gets 2 and 3, I think this is Tyler's race at that point.
Yeah, so far it's certainly looking like Tyler's, even with the Silver's deficit versus Matt. It looks like she should have a big enough lead or buffer in order to be able to take game 1. Tyler is taking no chances. Wait, there is a reason why you buy the elixirs. Do not wait until post endgame. You will not need them then.
That's right.
All right, Matt.
All right, we are in phase 3.
All right, Ganon just needs to stop moving for Tyler. I mean, he's gonna move the same way for Matt as well. So, and Tyler does have the lamp out, so I think he's very, very conscious of the fact that he does not want to miss torch glitch. Oh my god.
He was right on that edge. I was so scared.
I was like, is that actually gonna register? Oh.
I didn't want to make a bunch of like cringe noises, but I was freaking out.
Oh yeah. Alright, so Matt is in Ganon. If we're gonna go through phases 1 and 2, Tyler is well on his way in order to do his silverless hits.
I think that's 8.
8 so far? Okay. Oh my
I think.
Oh god. Alright, Tyler has not fallen off. That's the most important part for him.
Yes. And there's a lot of warps, so Matt's still got a ways to go. Yeah. Oh, and there it is. Ganon going down for Tyler. Get your GGs in chat. Tyler, with the sword in the air, is gonna take game 1 of this best of 3 series.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, big GGs to Tyler. I mean, clutching it out at the very end. The hook shot early in purple chest was, I think, looks like it was both a blessing and maybe ultimately a curse. That kind of made the big difference for the ice drop being at Magic Bat. Big GGs to Tyler taking game 1 over matt7898. Looks like we get official time. This is like a 20-some second difference. Big GGs, by the way. Get your GG in chat for matt7898 as well. Played one heck of a game.
We'll see if we can chat with both of these guys.
Looks like we are joined here in the booth by today's victor, Tyler. GG's.
Thank you, GG's. And GG's Matt, who just came in too.
Yeah. Welcome in, Matt. GG's, dude.
Yeah, GG's.
Oh boy.
Gosh, dude. Oh, Matt, I mean, this is, I feel like, I don't remember if you played the live qualifier, during, like, for MC Boss Shuffle, but no, it's just like...
I didn't play it live, but I did play it later. All I gotta say is, Jem was right. That's all I gotta say.
What did Jem say?
After that qualifier, he went into GT without the ice rod, and there's a Trinex there, and he just dropped from the tournament immediately.
Oh, no.
Oh man. So, were either of you worried? This is a dumb question, but were either of you worried about how early those boots were, since you both started at Sank and didn't do anything else?
No. Honestly, like, I just, like, if they're in Sphere 1, then I'm gonna get them, and I'm not gonna lose a ton of time. I wasn't super worried about it.
I got the flute or the boots before I opened the chest in Link's house, so it was still pretty early. I was feeling okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I guess so. Right. So, kind of like the crux of this seed, at least until we found at the very end, was so Tyler, you actually ended up getting to Dark World early, just because you got to Agina very very early, actually, with that flute. Got yourself over there to East Death Mountain, right? Got your hammer, got your pearl, and then you, I guess, went to like Deep Down Village of Outcast. So, is there a reason why I guess you decided to leave Purple Chest for later?
Why did I leave Purple Chest for later? Oh, because I started from Hype Cave, and went over there and like getting the stuff to kind of continue up the mitts in Hype Cave and getting the Smith on the way up felt very natural. And then I think probably would have done Purple Chest if I hadn't gotten Fire Rod in Skullwoods. And that distracted me from it. It was like, all right, well, I'll come back eventually and get it.
Did you consider like picking up the purple chest, mirroring, and then fluting, and then coming back to your portal?
No, probably should have.
Well, I mean, I think given what happened, you shouldn't have. You did the right thing, because you had more incentive to go back and check Magic Bat, I feel like, because otherwise,
that's true.
Like Matt, it was all by itself.
Yeah, and getting it's funny. I did something that I try not to do, but I think that people don't do enough, which was I recognized. Oh, this is a little later on. I recognized that I was making a mistake and stopped and went and did a different thing, which was I'd gotten the book and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna rush Bombo's tablet because I got on. I got that ether in Spike Cave and got the book out of Mire, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna rush this book, and so because I hate the book, it's so annoying, and then started to go to Bombo's Tablet. I was like, wait a minute, no, I've got Purple Chest and Magic Bat, and I skipped Stumpy because I was excited or something. I don't know. And it's like I'll clean all of that up on first, and then maybe I don't even know. I was thinking about going to Hookless Swamp or Pod or something like that at that point, and got lucky with the ice rod and the hook shot there. And at that point, I was just like, you know what? I am prepared to learn how to mimic clip on the fly. I am gonna go. I'm not checking anything else, and I got mega bailed out by that bow in GT.
Yeah, that was the first bow that both of you found. And it was kind of, I was a little disappointed. I didn't know how, either of you's like mimic clip, like how you were feeling about it at the time. I guess, you said, like you said, you were ready to, Tyler, ready to just learn it on the fly. I know Matt's done it in the past, but I don't think it's, Matt, that's not your favorite thing, right?
Well, like I was confident enough not to. I was the actual chest I was opening was looking for an ice rod, not the bow. I was not in any way concerned about the mimic clip. It was not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but it would have got done, and it was going to be fine. I was feeling really, really good about where I was at, so long as there was not a Trinex in GT.
Right.
I knew that going up against a player of Matt's caliber and the couple other folks that I've been able to get past in this tournament requires a great deal of luck, and to lean on that randomness in rando, and I knew that I really wanted this mode. This is my favorite mode in the tournament. It's the first time that I've done it in the tournament, and I was like, I need that extra little bit of potential randomness to be in the seed and to come out in my favor to have a shot. And so I'm just grateful that it worked this time. So.
Yeah.
Well, looking. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I probably theoretically probably should have done powder the first thing after leaving GT. But I was just thinking, I was like, I kind of really want this ice rod to be behind the bow. And there is a world where you could have gone into TR much earlier, and Ether was still not in logic for me, and it actually never became in logic. I don't know, where was the cape?
I don't remember.
Zora.
It was on
Cape
Zora.
was Zora, and the blue cane was in Meyer somewhere.
It was Meyer Compass Chest.
Yeah. Meyer Compass
Chest.
Yeah. Okay.
And so like in retrospect, and even when I was going into pod, I was like, maybe I should have done Magic Bat first. But I mean, whatever. It's still, I'm only saying this now because it was there, right? And I was like, right. I kind of want this to be behind the bow, and I want the other bow to be upstairs GT. But I mean, it's the way she goes. Because like for me, the Ether could have technically been, or powder could have been locked behind a nice rod, right? Theoretically. So I was like, I'm gonna go to pod Eastern for the density.
I was all ready to go do that. I actually went into Eastern and then realized that I had mismarked on my tracker that it was a crystal, and I got in there and it's like, oh, it's a pendant. I was like, all right, well, I grabbed the yeah.
Interesting.
And so I was like, wait a minute, no, I want to stay out of here. It turns out that the other bow was in there, so it would have been nice to get it. But and so I bailed, and I knew pod was a pendant, or I didn't know pod was a pendant. When Saha told me that pod was the green pendant, I was like, nope, I'm out of here. I don't have a bow. I don't want anything to do with this place. And went off to do other stuff. But yeah. And so I never went into pod.
For what it's worth, the other bow was it was vanilla with the big key also vanilla. So it's not like God. It would have been like a light investment, for you.
No,
but
yeah.
Yes, I guess the bow was there.
Oh man. So that would have saved me some heartache at least. But it's okay.
Well, so certainly, at least there's a game 2 in the cards for you. No more MC boss shuffle, at least next game.
Nope.
I think maybe it's what is it? Standard boots? Maybe that might be the most likely. I think there was one other mode maybe in the cards.
Well, let me pull that up.
That sounds right. Like the last team I played were 80 keys, this in Ambrosia, I think. So
yeah. So we've got Ambrosia back. My last match was also Ambrosia, so we weren't going to get this that time. And then Fad Keys or Standard Boots looks like the most likely options, which I am very scared about. It's just like in a mode where like one of those where execution is paramount. I know that I'm at a significant disadvantage to Matt. So I'm gonna try my best and hope for the best.
That's a really great attitude, though. I mean, you know, and it is also rando. You know, you kind of see.
Yeah, who knows?
You know, yeah, things can happen. And on both sides. So, but certainly looking forward to game 2. Of course, best of luck to both of you. And any other final thoughts, maybe?
Oh, just thanks for the commentary. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for the tracking. GG's Tyler. I will see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
Yeah.
GG's Matt, and thank you guys, sir. I'm absolutely gonna watch this back. Couldn't ask for better comms for this match. So
we were looking, you know, for when this thing would finally get scheduled. So quite happy to be able to make it. But thank you so much, guys, for letting us restream you. This race was ridiculous. So
nice.
I was gonna say you guys are the best, but I'm never gonna watch this back. So
that's totally fair. That's totally fair. If I were in your position, I wouldn't either. So.
But yeah, 8:40 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. It's going to hopefully be on one of the SpeedGaming channels. You can catch game 2 of this exciting series. Can Tyler close it out against Matt, or will Matt stave off, or whatever the word is, elimination and force a game 3?
Can the Cinderella run continue? Let's find out.
Well, Clear Mouse, it was a pleasure. And Link Force, thanks for tracking as well, keeping us honest, because I really was, I don't know about Clear Mouse, but I definitely wasn't paying attention a lot.
All I did was read chat and what Link Force was saying for all the different items. She's awesome. Thank you so much, Link Force. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, of course, Dante, thank you so much. I mean, always a blast. This was a very exciting race. Definitely looking forward to the next time. Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
in terms of what else is gonna happen, so there is one more game, at least on the docket tonight, at 8:10 p.m. Slapshot Fred versus Julo. It's on SpeedGaming 3. And then for tomorrow, I think there's going to be a slew of races, basically starting at noon Eastern. It's going to have North Smanny versus Tato, Obscura versus Hayfield, Game 2, Ace versus Raylan, Hydra versus Magnet Hands, all of them basically on the schedule. And of course, you know, Game 2 of Tyler versus Matt, 8:40 channel TBD. Other than that, though, enjoy the rest of your wonderful, at least extended weekend here in the United States. But you know, still have a great rest of your Saturday.